Hi, this is Deb, potionsandpots.com. I'm back again today to talk to you about CBD oil, a very hot topic today. It's the new buzzword. And you, before I go any further, if you want to continue getting information like this from me, turn on your notifications, subscribe to my channel. Don't be afraid to put in some comments because I will answer them. And understand that my purpose here is education, and I would like you to I'm trying to help you have a better understanding how all the CBD and all things are now becoming out there. Like I said, they're buzzwords, and I want you to be educated before you make that first purchase, because you need to decide if this is something that you want to try to support your health or someone that you love. There are so many reports out there. Be sure that you follow directions and guidelines, and you want to be safe about this.
And do your research.
Do your own research. Knowledge is power, and that's how I got to where I am now. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is
why CBD.
Why CBD? CBD it's kind of interesting now that the information is coming out. We have an endocannabinoid system in our body. And in that system, we have what they are called, I'm going to be real simple here. We have receptors. And those receptors join up to whatever's floating in that bloodstream to hopefully the benefit of the being that is us, the benefit to us. So CBD works in a really unique way because it can hook up to the receptors that we already have in our body. CBD and its mother plant have been around since before Christ. This was often used as medicine hundreds of years ago. So this is really nothing new. It's only new because it was made illegal by our government and a lot of governments in the world. But this has been around for a long time. This is an herb. And
is it legal now?
It is legal now, and CBD can be sold and shipped in every state in the United States.
Does it contain THC?
CBD that is processed properly should have, and this is the line that I carry on my site, potionsandpots.com. This particular brand has less than 0.3% THC, so you're not going to feel stoned. And let me tell you why. Let's go right back to the basics. You have the mother plant, which is called cannabis. And let's say she had 2 children. One of them is hemp, one of them is marijuana. Now you already know about the marijuana. That's where the THC is. That's the feelings of euphoria. That's what you get used if you want to get stoned. CBD, on the other hand, is made from the hemp plant. The hemp plant doesn't have the same constituents as its sister. It has none of the euphoric. It doesn't have that stoned effect. That's why when it is extracted properly, it will be at 0.3% less or less than that of THC, which means in a very sensitive system, yes, a trace could be found in your blood work. So if you are taking CBD for a specific reason, sometimes it's to your benefit to say to your employer, for instance, because a lot of them now are understanding this is becoming more popular. It's the buzzword. Just let them know, look, I'm taking CBD. There's no THC in it or very little. I just want you to know that, in case you're in a situation where you are randomly drug tested. And we can go into that further because there's another form of CBD that you can take that is absolutely zero THC. So that's the difference between the mother plant cannabis, marijuana, and hemp. My product is from Hemp Oil.
Does your hemp oil contain hexane?
Hexane, that's a good question. Hexane is a solvent that is used in a lot of oils because it is cheap. And the oil comes in a raw form, but to extract the constituents that you want, even if it's olive oil, canola oil, those oils might contain, and there's a lot of research out there, that's why I say do your research, they also are contaminated with hexane. If you look yes, you will see that hexane, that particular solvent, when taken into the human body, can cause cancer and deadly, horrible things for you. So you want to avoid a product that has been processed with hexane, which is why it's really, really important to buy from somebody that knows that their product was not extracted using hexane. The line that I sell, they extract the constituents cold pressed and it's also infused in MCT oil, which is like a coconut oil. So you won't have hexane, and you don't have to worry about the product that I sell. It's also grown on a farm here in the United States. It's out in Pueblo, Colorado. The owner of this farm has been merging strains and coming up with a wonderful product. He is a great a great support, and is helping the government to understand why hemp-derived CBD is so good and should be up there, and we should be able to use it. One other thing about this product, it's not just the leaf or just the oil or just the bud. This product is the entire plant. I'm an herbalist. I don't want a part of something. I want the whole enchilada, because that's beneficial to me. That's another reason why I chose this line.
Are you part of an MLM?
Absolutely not. I don't have anything to do with an MLM. I don't even represent this company. This is, I have a master's.
Are you independent?
I am independent, yes. And I came about this as an herbalist. I have studied, I have diplomas in herbalism. I'm also a registered nurse and a Reiki master. And I also went to school, and I have a master's certificate in cannabis training. So with that, of course, my interest grew and grew and grew, and I spent about 6 months finding a company that met my standards. I am always organic, as close to organic in my kitchen with my foods as you can possibly be. I'm all into sustainable growing and harvesting and cultivating, and this line, it did it for me. And I was like, okay, I gotta do this. And I started using it on me and my family. And
do you use it on pets?
And I also use it on my dog. That was one of the mainstream reasons for me to get into this. She's lame, and she has nerve damage in one of her legs. And so I started with a really low dose with her. I talked to the vet, and he said, I don't know much about it, but you know more about it. You've been to school. Let's see what we can do if you want to take the chance. And I did. And honest to goodness, within weeks, she was doing really well, and she is not lame anymore. Yes, she's on a real rigid program of diet and exercise, and she does take a prescription drug, and she does take CBD twice a day. And I was like, oh, works for the dog. I'm trying it.
How long until you would feel effects from CBD?
Me personally is now at 15 minutes. I can start feeling the effects. Everybody is different. When I started taking CBD a couple years ago, I was taking triple the dose that my husband would take typically, and he's 80 pounds heavier than I am. And I'm like, well, how come? Well, then when I went to school and learned all this stuff, my receptors were sleeping. After taking CBD for about, I'm going to say 2 or 3 months, holy mackerel, I've cut it down to a quarter of what he takes. It's like they got awakened. Now they know. It's in our hardwire to accept the benefits of this herb. But having not been used or triggered for so many years, basically my whole life, I never ever smoked pot as a teenager or through college. I didn't do that. So I never had those receptors triggered. Now it's just a minuscule amount. I average about 25 milligrams a day.
So it could take up to a couple of weeks to months to actually feel the effects.
Because everybody's different, and the receptors that I have in my body are unique to me, and the receptors that you have in your body are unique to you.
So where can we buy these products?
You can buy all of these products on my site, potionsandpots.com, and again, comment below with questions. I will do my best to answer them. If I don't know the answers, I'm not arrogant enough to say whatever. I will find the answer for you. So until then, talk to you next time. Bye-bye.